Good evening, brave souls, and welcome back to the scary paradise. Today, we have a special treat for all you thrill seekers out there. We're diving deep into the eerie and chilling world of Malaysia's most haunted abandoned locations. Get ready to be spooked as we explore the 5 most haunted places in this beautiful country. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because this is going to be one hair-raising journey you won't want to miss. Number 5. SG House. The SG House is a large, abandoned bungalow located in Bukit Gasing, Selangor, Malaysia. It is said to be one of the most haunted houses in the country and is often visited by paranormal enthusiasts and ghost hunters. The house was allegedly owned by a wealthy businessman named Sanjay Gill, who lived there with his wife and 2 children. In the early 2000s, Gill's wife discovered that he was having an affair with another woman. In a fit of rage, she murdered the mistress and then hung herself in the house. Gill was so distraught by the deaths of his wife and mistress that he committed suicide as well. There are many different ghost stories that have been told about the SG House. Some people say that the ghosts of Gill, his wife, and the mistress can be seen wandering the grounds of the house. Others claim to have heard the sound of crying or screaming coming from inside the house. Still others say that they have felt a sense of being watched or followed while in the vicinity of the house. The SG House is a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts and ghost hunters. However, it is important to note that the house is also dangerous and should not be entered without proper safety gear. There have been reports of people being injured or even killed while exploring the house. In December 2022, the SG House was put up for auction. It was eventually sold for 4.4 million Malaysian ringgit to an anonymous buyer. The new owner has not yet revealed any plans for the house, but it is rumored that he may renovate it and turn it into a hotel or a museum. Only time will tell what the future holds for the SG House. One thing is for sure, it will continue to be one of the most haunted places in Malaysia. Number 4. The Highland Towers. Highland Towers was a condominium complex in Taman Hillview, Ulu Klang, Selangor, Malaysia. It was built in phases between 1974 and 1982. The complex consisted of 3 12-story blocks, named Tower 1, Tower 2, and Tower 3. Highland Towers' history took a tragic turn on December 11, 1993. Continuous heavy rainfall caused a massive landslide, leading to the collapse of one of the towers, Tower 1. This catastrophe claimed the lives of 48 people, including 18 children, and left behind a scar that would forever change the perception of the site. The disaster highlighted issues of improper land management, environmental degradation, and weak regulatory oversight in Malaysia. The Highland Towers complex has been left abandoned since the collapse. The 2 remaining blocks have been fenced off and are off-limits to the public. The Highland Towers collapse was a major tragedy in Malaysia. It was the deadliest landslide in the country's history, and it led to a number of changes in building regulations. The government also set up a task force to investigate the collapse, and the findings of the task force led to the prosecution of several individuals. The collapse also led to a number of ghost stories, as people began to claim that the ghosts of the victims were haunting the site. The site is now a popular spot for ghost hunters and urban explorers. Many visitors who have ventured into the vicinity of Highland Towers after dark have reported hearing faint whispers carried by the wind. These whispers are said to be unintelligible, yet they evoke a sense of discomfort and unease. Some believe that these murmurs could be the echoes of the past, trapped in the abandoned buildings, trying to convey their stories to the living. Another story involves the sounds of a child's cries echoing through the deserted halls. Some visitors claim to have heard a child sobbing or calling out for help, even though there is no evidence of a child present. This eerie phenomenon has left many wondering if the spirit of a child who perished in the tragedy still lingers within the towers, searching for comfort or companionship. Whether or not the ghost stories are true, there is no doubt that Highland Towers is a place of sadness and tragedy. Number 3. Villa NABILA. Villa Nabila is a haunted house located in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. It is said to be haunted by the ghost of a young girl named Nabila, who was murdered in the house. The exact history of Villa Nabila is unknown. Some say that it was built in the 1970s by a wealthy Singaporean businessman named Lim Su Heng. Others say that it was built in the 1950s by a British colonial officer. One of the most common stories is that the villa was owned by a wealthy family. The family had a daughter named Nabila, who was their only child. Nabila's parents died tragically, and she inherited all of their wealth. The family's maid was jealous of Nabila's wealth, and she murdered her and cemented her body into the walls of the villa. Another story is that the maid killed the entire family, including Nabila. She then buried their bodies in the land where the villa stands. It quickly became a popular spot for paranormal investigators and ghost hunters who claimed to have seen and heard strange things in the house. Some people reported seeing the ghost of Nabila, while others said they heard her screams. In 2015, a movie called Villa Nabila was released. The movie was based on the real-life story of the house, and it helped to further cement Villa Nabila's reputation as a haunted house. Today, Villa Nabila is still abandoned and off-limits to the public. However, it continues to be a popular topic of conversation among locals and tourists alike. Some people believe that the house is truly haunted, while others believe that the stories are just urban legends. Whatever the truth may be, Villa Nabila is a place that is shrouded in mystery and intrigue. It is a place where people have gone missing and where strange things have been seen and heard. If you are brave enough, you can visit Villa Nabila for yourself. Number 2. The 99-Door Mansion. It is a large, two-story mansion located in the Byram Estate, a palm oil plantation in Nibong Tebal, Malaysia. It was built in 1917 by the Ramsden family, a wealthy British clan who owned the sugarcane plantation on the site. The mansion is said to have been named after the Ramsden family's ancestral home in Scotland, Caledonia House. The mansion is built in the neoclassical style, with a symmetrical facade and a grand staircase leading up to the front door. It has 10 rooms, each with 5 or 6 doors. This gives it a total of 99 doors, hence the nickname. The mansion also has a dance hall, a balcony, and a large garden. The Ramsden family lived in the mansion until the 1940s. In 1928, John St. Maur Ramsden, the eldest son of the baronet who owned the mansion, was murdered there. He was shot twice in the back of the head as he was walking up the grand staircase. The murder remains unsolved to this day. During World War II, the mansion was used as the headquarters of the Japanese army. The Japanese soldiers tortured and killed many of the plantation workers, and their ghosts are said to haunt the mansion to this day. After the war, the mansion was abandoned and fell into disrepair. It is now overgrown with vegetation and is a popular destination for ghost hunters and thrill seekers. In July 2020, the mansion mysteriously caught fire. The fire caused extensive damage to the building, but it is not clear what caused it. Some people believe that the fire was started by vandals, while others believe that it was started by a ghost. The ghost of John St. Maur Ramsden is said to haunt the mansion. He is often seen walking up the grand staircase or standing in the doorway of his bedroom. Some say that the ghosts of the servants who were killed during the Japanese occupation are also said to haunt the mansion. They are often heard crying and screaming, or seen wandering aimlessly through the halls. The 99-Door Mansion is a place of mystery and intrigue. It is a place that will continue to fascinate and frighten people for generations to come. Before we head to our top 1, my name is Art, and if you liked our content, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit notification so you never miss out on our latest uploads. Leaving a like and comment will help our channel with YouTube algorithm. Number 1. The Mona FANDEY Bungalow. The bungalow is a 2-story bungalow located in Section 12, Shah Alam, Malaysia. It holds a significant place in the country's history due to its connection to a sensational criminal case that unfolded within its walls. The bungalow was owned by Mona FANDEY, a former pop singer who later proclaimed herself to be a bomo or shaman, and her husband Moda Fandi Abdul Rahman. In 1993, this seemingly ordinary bungalow gained notoriety for being the site of a gruesome murder that captured the attention of the entire nation. The victim was Mazlan Idris, a Malaysian politician who met a horrifying end at the hands of Mona FANDEY and her accomplices. The murder took on an eerie and ritualistic aspect as Mona FANDEY purportedly conducted a mystical ceremony before carrying out the killing. The body of Mazlan Idris was found dismembered into 18 parts and buried in a shallow grave near the bungalow. The trial of Mona FANDEY and her husband, along with their accomplice Jeremy Hussin, gripped the nation as details of the murder and the alleged rituals were unveiled in the courtroom. After the murders, Mona FANDEY and her husband were sentenced to death and executed in 2001. Her name will be forever engraved in Malaysian crime history and folklore because of her last words, "I will never die." The bungalow has since been abandoned and is said to be haunted by the spirits of the victims. There have been reports of strange noises and sightings of apparitions at the bungalow, and it is now considered to be one of the most haunted places in Malaysia. In 2019, the bungalow was sold to a property developer who plans to demolish it and build a new condominium complex on the site. However, the sale has been met with opposition from local residents, who believe that the bungalow is a historical landmark and should be preserved. The future of Mona FANDEY bungalow is uncertain. It is possible that the property developer will be able to demolish the bungalow and build the condominium complex, but it is also possible that the sale will be cancelled and the bungalow will remain abandoned. And there you have it, our hair-raising journey through the 5 most haunted abandoned locations in Malaysia. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the spine-tingling atmosphere these places hold. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, stay scared.